Good afternoon, Kiwanians. I'm Jean Bollendorp, the president for the next 10 months or so. For being here today. We're very excited to see so many familiar faces, so many new faces, lots of guests today. It's a very exciting day for us. And as you look at our agenda, it's a very full day, but we're doing the three things I think that Kiwanians do best. We're giving away some money today. We're bringing some people into the Kiwanis family today. And we are also looking for volunteer community service today. So it's going to be a good meeting. And we're super excited to see Dave Hartman walking in here on 2 feet with a cane. He's got a bionic hip now, so he's going to start outrunning all of us. First up, we'll have our call for introspection with Matt Trantham, Major Matt, and then Pledge of Allegiance with Harry Zuloff, followed by introduction of guests with Courtney Plaster.
Well, good afternoon, my fellow Kiwanians. Back in February, I told you that I had found my treasure, which was this jacket from Beverly Hills, or what do we call it? Beverly Hills Cop. I've been looking for this jacket forever. And so, in true Thanksgiving spirit, because the Lions play on Thanksgiving, I want to invite you at 1 o'clock on Thanksgiving to watch the best team in the NFL currently play against the Chicago Bears. Or if you would like to see a movable object meet a stoppable force, you can watch Dallas play the Giants at 4 o'clock. But because it's Thanksgiving and we've had our first Thanksgiving meal, I want to share with you a poem that I found on the internet. I didn't write this. It is a turkey's perspective on Thanksgiving. When I was a young turkey, new to the coop, my big brother Mike took me out on the stoop. Then he sat me down and he spoke real slow, and he told me there was something that I had to know. His look and his tone I will always remember when he told me of the horrors of Black November. Come about August, now listen to me. Each day you'll get 6 meals instead of just 3. And soon you'll be thick where once you were thin, and you'll grow a big rubbery thing under your chin. And then one morning, when you're warm in your bed, in'll burst the farmer's wife and hack off your head. Then she'll pluck out all your feathers so you're bald and pink, and scoop out all your insides and leave you lying in the sink. And then comes the worst part, he said, not bluffing. She'll spread your cheeks and pack your rear with stuffing. Well, the rest of his words were too grim to repeat, and I sat on a stoop like a winged piece of meat. I decided on the spot that to avoid being cooked, I'd have to lay low and remain overlooked. I began a new diet of nuts and granola, high roughage salads, juice, and Diet Cola. As they ate their pastries, chocolates, and crepes, I stayed in my room doing Richard Simmons tapes. May he rest in peace. I maintained my weight of 2.5 pounds, and I tried not to notice when the bigger birds laughed. But 'twas I who was laughing under my breath as they chomped and they chewed even closer to death. And sure enough, when Black November rolled around, I was the last turkey left in the entire compound. So now I'm a pet in the farmer's wife's lap. I haven't a worry, so I eat and I nap. She held me today while sewing and humming and smiled at me and said, Christmas is coming.
Please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now, before Courtney comes up, Courtney's a new member and will be introducing the guests. I just want everyone to look on the tables. I've left an application form and a lunch invite. We need our members to ask their friends to come join us for lunch, join us for service. Thanks.
All right, Courtney's coming down. She and I got the memo. We coordinated today. I might have to go vegetarian for Thanksgiving.
Right. Thanks, Jean. We have a wonderful amount of guests today, and I'm really excited to be here. I'm Courtney Plaster. I'm with Clean Valley Council, new member, and I'm excited to say that I've just completed my second welcome and membership greeting, so that's very nice. And only have one more thing to check off before I get, a shiny new badge here at our Kiwanis meetings. Can everyone hear me? Okay, wonderful. Glad we've got a nice speaker system. As you all look around, you will see lots of new faces joining us as our guests. We have Kim Thomas with the YMCA. Kim, would you stand up? And Kim is here as a guest of Frank Rogan. Frank? Yeah. Frank, we certainly appreciate you inviting Kim today with the YMCA. We also have Jason Roney. Jason, will you stand up? And Jason found us online and is joining us today for the first time as a guest. So welcome. And LeMajors Hill, please stand up as a guest of Sherry Hartman, joining us for the first time. Yes, we hope to see you again. All right. And Jonathan Pate, will you please stand up? Jonathan, you all seem to be sitting at this left table. We were going to have to push another table in over here. It's the front party table over here. And so Jonathan is a guest of Rupert Cutler. And I don't believe Rupert is joining us on Zoom today. Oh, good. I see Ken waving to his dear friend. We have guest Gary Glontz just coming in through the door. Right here, guest of Ken Briggs. Welcome. All right. And we have Carrie Beck with Hope Tree as a guest of Bob Rutherford. If you'll stand up. And Bob. Oh, okay. And we also have Amy Carroll joining us from Hope Tree. So wonderful to have all of you here today, and thank you.
Thank you very much, Courtney. It's great to have all you here today. Next up, we are going to present a certain somebody with his permanent member badge, Chris Rouse. You can come on down, just like the Price is Right. For our guests, I'll just let you know that when we invite new members and induct them, they have a gold badge. And then we have a few tasks for members to complete in order to receive their official badge, which is the blue and gold badge. And it's things like attending a work session, attending a volunteer opportunity, attending a board meeting, things along that nature. Also introducing guests. So that's something that Courtney just did. So congratulations are in order for Chris Rouse. I thought he and Jason probably had a pretty spirited competition going to see who could be the fastest to receive their permanent badge.
Thank you.
As you all know, I've been mentioning this for the past 5 meetings. we have 6 objects of Kiwanis from when Kiwanis International was originally founded. This year is the 100th anniversary of the 6 objects. And these are major tenets that club members strive to carry out in their everyday lives, but also most especially when we're here together as Kiwanians. So this week is the last one, the 6th. And that one is to cooperate in creating and maintaining that sound public opinion and high idealism, which make possible the increase of righteousness, justice, patriotism, and goodwill. That one's a little bit word salady for me personally, but I'm just going to say I know that we have so many folks in this club who embody all 6 of our objects, and patriotism and goodwill are certainly high on our list. Next up, we've got our grant presentations. Bob Haberman is here. So I already told you we bring in new give out money. That's one of the things we love to do. So we give out tens of thousands of dollars in grant funds each year to different nonprofit organizations. And today we will be presenting 2 grants.
And thank you, President Jean. As she indicated, we do give out a lot of money. This year, we're going to be getting out $65,000 in grants and an additional $20,000 to $25,000 in scholarships. So I think that's pretty good for our organization. And today we have 2 nonprofits. First, Hope Tree. And if Carrie and Amy would please come up. And Carrie, would you tell us a little bit about Hope Tree, although we know it pretty well? And then if you would tell us a little bit about what you're going to do with the grant. Okay, Carrie.
Thank you so much for having us. I really appreciate and not only this club and the investment, but I appreciate the spirit of this club. I'm from Abingdon, and I don't know anyone in this room very well, but I just wanted to say that I can tell that it's a very welcoming group that's really hyper focused on the community. So congratulations to that. Our grant is for equine assisted psychotherapy, which directly affects youth and families and individuals in this region. And I'm going to let Amy Carroll just speak to you all for just one moment about what that program does.
Thank you, Carrie. Yeah, I'm Amy Carroll. I'm a licensed professional counselor, and I'm the director of the Equine Assisted Psychotherapy Program at Hope Tree Family Services. I just want to thank you guys so much for your generosity towards our program. So we started this program a couple of years ago. It's been about 3 years. It's a newer program to Hope Tree, but the reason that we brought it in was because we wanted to offer something that was an alternative to talk therapy for our kiddos. So as you know, we service people or adolescents that are at risk. And what that means is usually they come from a background with a lot of trauma. And so by the time they get to Hope Tree, oftentimes, unfortunately, they've been through a lot of talk therapy and it's just not as effective for them. So this is an alternative to talk therapy. So anything that we can do for talk therapy, we do in equine therapy because I'm a licensed counselor. It's just a different way to do it. So the horses bring a unique element to the therapy. It helps them process through trauma, work towards their goals in a different kind of way. And horses, if any of you in here is a horse person, you know that their presence is extremely calming, can be very powerful, and they're non-judgmental. Oftentimes they struggle with feeling judged and criticized because of what they've been through. There's a lot of shame that goes on. And so horses bring a very unique element to that where that can bring a lot of healing. So that's what we do. Because of your generosity, it helps keep our program going so that we can offer this to our community. So we started out with just servicing our at-risk youth. and our foster families, but we're now able to open it to the whole community. So anybody that would like to try a different kind of way of doing counseling, we can do through equine therapy. So thank you so much.
And for our second one, it's the YMCA at Gainsborough. And Jonathan, would you please come up? And Kim, come up too, please. Uh, Jonathan's going to tell us a little bit about the YMCA Gainsborough and then tell us what they're going to do with the money. And Kim's going to be in the picture.
Thank you so much, Bob. I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you for this grant. Just a huge blessing for us. Gainsborough YMCA, located right up the road on Orange Avenue. We try to do a multiplicity things for our community. We have a teaching kitchen. That area is a food desert, so we have a teaching kitchen that we really try to educate kids and adults on the importance of nutrition. That's huge to our branch. Also, we have this Beacons program that you guys are going to be funding. And 3 years ago, we started this as a pilot program. We had about 20 kids at Addison for an after-school program to keep them safe with nurturing adults and to expose them to some things that they may not ever be exposed to otherwise. Today this year we had 209 registrations in 3 schools. Woodrow Wilson, James Madison, and Lucy Addison Middle School. So this program is growing immensely. And, these funds that the Kiwanis Club has graciously given us will help us to continue to expose these middle school kids to STEM, to science, to writing, to math, but also expose them to nurturing adults who care about them and a safe place for them to go after the school day. So that they're not, in environments that could be risky for them. So just can't tell you how much the Gainsborough YMCA appreciates this and how much good work it will do as a result of that. So thank you.
And on Zoom, their sponsor, Rupert Cutler. Thank you, Rup, for all you do for us.
Thank you so much. Let's give them another round of applause. As somebody who does fundraising for a living, I love, love, love to give money away. So if somebody find me a job where I can get paid to just give money away, please. Next up, we have our new member introductions. Don Wilson's going to come up and do that for us. He tells me he does it in his sleep now.
Yeah, Joanna is always waking me up and saying, "What is that finger thing you're doing?" One of the nicest things we can do as a Kiwanian is to invite a coworker, a friend, a neighbor, your husband to come to a Kiwanis Club meeting. And the next best thing we can do as a Kiwanian is to invite them to join our membership. And we call that sharing the K because we need lots of helping hands to do the service projects that we do. So today we're thankful for Judy Clark for sharing the K with Rachel Hopkins. And if Rachel and Judy will come up, please. And James Matthews is being sponsored by his husband, Joe Cobb, and Sherry Hartman's also going to come up and do the sponsorship. Come on, right up in front, please. Yeah. Got a crowd. Judy, will you introduce Rachel to us, please?
Ladies and gentlemen, I am honored to introduce Rachel Hopkins to you. Rachel is the CEO of CHIP, one of our major partner organizations. She's been there the past 3 years, but she has an illustrious history here in Roanoke. She is the former executive director of the Science Museum and vice president of Center in the Square. I am so proud and thankful that she's interested in joining us. I am not going to give this microphone up, though, until I tell you how this came about. I do not know Rachel Hopkins, but as you know, I sit over here, play the piano, don't have as many opportunities to visit as I might. But for some reason, I was not at the piano. I was sitting at a table next to her, and the opening gambit in conversation was, "What do you do?" And once I heard that, I said, "Listen, you've absolutely got to join us." The moral of that one is, introduce yourself to the stranger at your table. We may get a fabulous new member.
Amen. Yeah. Good job. Sherry, you start.
Not that I know him as well as our mayor does, but am delighted to present to you James Matthews. This is Dr. James Matthews, a retired radiologist and multi-talented person coming into our club. We're so delighted. I know that he plays the bells at St. John's. He was trying to recruit me. And also just has a passion for music. So we're really delighted about that. So glad to have you join our club. I heard also that you enjoy sailing until you went to Italy, and that might have turned your, your mind around on that. But he's the father of 4 children, and he is the spouse of our new mayor. Not yet, quite. Almost new mayor.
Well, all I will add is James is a phenomenal pianist and composer. And if you ever get a chance to hear him play or benefit from hearing some of his compositions, I encourage you to do so. Judy, if you ever need someone to fill in for you, he might be able to do that. He also loves to plant trees. And just on our block recently, we had 12 new dogwoods planted, in part because of James' initiative working with the Roanoke Tree Stewards.
Great. Oh, we have a job for you.
Now, if you all will please turn and face me. James, Rachel, we welcome you. You've indicated a desire to join our Kiwanis Club. We're glad to have you. You've received an orientation. And so we're just looking forward to working with you on our projects and having lunch with you every Wednesday. I have for you a pair of work gloves, Rachel. Now, these work gloves are symbolic of the work that we do in our Kiwanis Club. And when you put the gloves on, when you put your little finger in, I want you to think about the big things that we do for the less fortunate in our community. And your ring finger signifies the circle of friends that you're going to meet and make at our Kiwanis Club and our functions. Our middle finger stands above the others on our hand, just like this club stands above other service organizations that you could have joined but didn't. And our index finger points the way to a better community through our service projects, through our fellowship. And when we're finished with one of these projects, give a thumbs up, right? That's what we do. And so think about that with those gloves and how it symbolizes your membership in the Kiwanis Club of Roanoke. I have for each of you a new member packet that has your Kiwanis pin, your name badge. It also has the new roster of our membership. And it also has some information about our 501c3 foundation that we hope that you'll consider supporting, because the foundation supports the service budget of this Kiwanis Club. Some of the money that goes out in these grants that was awarded today comes from foundation income. Some of it comes from KPAD. So support the foundation if you can. Let's all stand and put our fingers and hands together and welcome James Matthews and Rachel Hopkins. Welcome. Hi. Welcome, Ray.
Wonderful. Hey, Bert, can you move the camera back up a little bit closer for me? Perfect. Thank you so much. All right, we have some announcements. I'm going to ask Larry Kufel, Lois James, and Ken Briggs to come up here. So we've given out our money. We've welcomed some new Kiwanians to our family. Now we're talking about upcoming events and volunteer opportunities. Just a couple reminders, Environment Committee meets at 1:30 after this meeting today. Policy Committee also meets at 1:30. Courtney Plaster is Environment. Policy is Andre Brooks, thank you. And we have our Thanksgiving meal at the Adult Care Center on Friday at 11:30. Guy Bird is here today in the back. If you haven't signed up, it's okay. You can still come. Just let Guy know. All right, we have 3 additional announcements.
Larry Kufel here. This is your third chance to sign up for our holiday social event at Mill Mountain Theater on Thursday, December 5th. We start out with a nice reception at the Harrison Museum on the second floor and center in the square. Amy Carter is going to provide heavy hors d'oeuvres and drinks. Then we move down and watch a great musical called Annie at Mill Mountain Theater. So invite your family, your friends, potential members, anybody, and you get all this for $50. Tickets, if you bought them for that night, would be $42. So you're getting a reception and the ticket for $50 in total. So make sure, it really is a good deal. So make sure you sign up. I got logs, look like that on the table. Now, remember, we don't have a meeting next week, but the following week we have a meeting on Wednesday, but then the show is on Thursday. So I've got 85 seats reserved. I'm going to have to release those to the public. We've got 31 people signed up so far. So make sure that, and call me or email me if you can't make your decision today or next week. Just let me know and I'll add you to the list, okay? Thanks.
Thank you, Larry. And the week of December, first week in December is a busy week with the play on Thursday night. On Friday night, December 6th, will be the first night of Dickens of a Christmas. And for the past 16 years, our club has been ringing the bell for the Salvation Army during those 3 nights of Dickens. How many of you normally get downtown for Dickens? Well, it's not very many. Fellow Kiwanians, if you haven't been to Dickens of a Christmas, you really missed a treat in our beautiful downtown. It's an exciting time and just the perfect place, we think, to enjoy the evening with your spouse, perhaps with your children, with friends, and take an hour to ring the bell. There are sheets on your schedule. We particularly usually have a problem filling the schedule for the first night, which will be Friday, December the 6th. So take a look at that. It's also in the newsletter. Shoot me a text or give me a call if you'd like to participate. And this is a special year because it's the last year we get to work with Major Matt. And Matt, thank you for supporting us so well, and we are grateful for the Salvation Army for leaving you here until January. So thank you.
Hi, everybody. I'm Lois James, and there are sign-up sheets on your table. And this is for, I hate to skip over Thanksgiving because I love Thanksgiving, but we've got Christmas coming really quickly. And for all the new people here who have not experienced our West End Christmas party, it's a treat. So you have to join us. But we are looking for some people to help us with shopping on Saturday, the 14th at 7:30 at Clearbrook Walmart. It only takes us about an hour and a half. It's really quick. Same with our wrapping on the 17th. We'll be at Raleigh Court Presbyterian Church starting at 5:30 to wrap every single present that we buy. It's a lot of fun. But again, it's only about an hour and a half commitment because we have a lot of help from our friends in the Key Clubs. Thank goodness.
But we have some very generous donations from corporate sponsors, but I always ask for a little bit more because we like to spoil these kids. So on your table, you have the opportunity to sign up for donation. I'm reusing the ones I used last week. So if it's highlighted, that means I've already recorded your donation. Thank you very much. But for those of you who would still like to give, I'll it's fun. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Lois. It is pretty wild, and we're excited because we have a new Santa suit this year as well. Oh, excuse me, I didn't mean to say that. The real Santa always attends this event. I would be remiss if I did not issue a brag. So for our guests, brag bucks are an opportunity for us to chip in a couple of bucks to our foundation and to honor somebody, share a great story, announce something important in our family, what have you. And I would just like to brag or superpower Andre Brooks and John Montgomery for putting together this year's directory. Yay. This is hours and hours of work, and we're very excited to have the new directory out. You'll find them on your table. Thank you so much for that. We have time for one more brag. Mike Quinn has pre-brag. You can do a quick brag. Got two brags. Dave can do one. Mike Quinn, come on up.
Hi, I'm Dave Hartman, and I just can't thank you all for the support I got through this surgery. I had meals from Pegram Johnson and Bonnie. Betsy Bohannon brought a meal over. So nice to help Sherry out with the meals, and Pegram or John Pendleton made a few phone calls checking in. Chris Rouse sent cards, and then I had a very special nurse, Sherry, who really made it hard. But I want to thank you all so much for the support, and Jean for your thoughts.
I promise I'm only going to take a second. I have a question, a mathematical question for you. It's seasonal. What do you get if you take the circumference of a pumpkin and divide it by its diameter? Pumpkin pie. There you go. That's all.
He's a granddad and he's still got dad jokes, y'all. All right. Now it is my pleasure to introduce Frank Rogan, who will be introducing our program for the day, our speaker.
Thank you, Jean, and good afternoon, everybody. We have the wide day today, right? The wide table's over here, so you got to be in shape after this big meal, too. So anyway, it's my pleasure to introduce Amanda Keffer today. She's the operations director at the new YMCA in Tanglewood Mall. So I said Tanglewood and the YMCA new place. So as of December 2nd, we think, no, 10th, right? We hope the Y will be open at Tanglewood Mall, which will bring all new life into Tanglewood Mall. It'll be a beta opportunity. And Amanda's going to tell you all about the new options and features of the place. So it's going to be great. So it's going to be a wonderful time. So Amanda's been, grew up in Blacksburg, and she's been graduated from Rutherford University, MBA from North Carolina State. So she's a smart person as well. And I'd like to introduce you to Amanda Keffer. Amanda?
Thank you all for having me today. I'm excited to be here and share with you guys all of the wonderful things we have going on at Tanglewood and tell you a little bit about me before I get completely started. Thank you. Thank you, Frank, for having us today. We appreciate it. As Frank mentioned, I'm from Blacksburg, Virginia, so that makes me the unfortunate fan of the Virginia Tech Hokies. Sometime it just, yeah, thank you. It just depends on the season, depends on the sport these days. But and then I came to Roanoke years ago and went to Radford University and studied business administration, and then went and got my MBA from North Carolina State University, and had been at the Y about 8.5 years, and started out part-time as a membership representative. So that person that you would see welcome you to the Y, maybe sign you up for a membership or programming, and kind of fell in love with the Y and what we do and the way that we are able to serve our community. And so a full-time coordinator position opened up in the membership department, and I took a stab at that and moved into the membership director role. And then rumor has it we're opening a YMCA at Tanglewood. And so when that position of operations director opened up, figured we would try that out. And it's been a fun couple of months of that. And I'm excited to share with you kind of the progress we've made and the plans that we have. So our facility is a little bit over 47,000 square feet. We are upstairs in Tanglewood Mall. Because the Y believes in balance, we're right next to the Five Guys. As you come in, that entrance will be upstairs there. And so you'll have an entrance right there next to the escalators or the stairs or the elevator over there. We are opening December the 10th, if you can believe it. It's 3 weeks from yesterday. And every single time I say that, my heart skips a little bit of a beat there. But we are moving and grooving, and we are laying floor as I speak today. We'll actually have our open house on December the 7th. And so if you have the opportunity on that Saturday from 9 to 1 and you want to come and see the facility, take some tours, maybe sign up for a membership if you haven't, we'd be happy to have you and show you around. We'll be ready by then. And then it took us $2.5 million to renovate that space. It was a completely empty space. You know, it was a former department store, and they were quick to build some walls and toss some floor down, and it looks like a wonderful facility for you and your family to spend some time in. So we're excited about that. We're also excited about the opportunity that opening a new space at Tanglewood Mall offers to the area. You know, Roanoke County is a really great space, and the Y hasn't quite dipped our toe in that area just yet. And so we're excited about all the other opportunities for other businesses to join us as we kind of continue to grow over there in Roanoke County. And we're excited to serve the families and the kids and the individuals in that area. We're also hiring. So we are bringing on membership staff, wellness staff to help in our wellness facility, personal trainers, group exercise instructors, kids programming directors, and those sorts of things. And so we're excited about the opportunity that people have to come and join the Y family and be a part of all the awesome things that we do. So we have a bunch of great things that we plan on having at the YMCA of Tanglewood. You know, I have a very soft spot in my heart for our senior population. And so we're hosting senior luncheons, classes, things that we can get them involved in, where we have, you know, at the Y, everyone comes from a different background and has a different need. And so we're excited to serve that specific population in classes that they're interested in and just community building. A lot of youth programming. We at the Y love our kiddos. And so being able to offer dance classes and gymnastics and pickleball lessons for youth and preschool basketball and or safe space for parents to drop their kids off while they work out in our stay and play. And so we're excited to be able to do that and make sure that kids have a safe place to go and kind of make it the place to be even for those teenagers in that area. You know, we find that if you make it the spot to be, the teenagers will come. And so we're also really excited to engage our teenagers and get them involved at the Y. Teenagers, even starting at the age of 9, can use our wellness center once they've gone through an orientation. And so that's an awesome perk of being a member, as well as they have a safe place to go. We would love to have them there. We're also going to offer cooking classes for teens, those sorts of things too. And then a big thing that the Y offers, you know, we believe that the Y is for all, and I believe that the Y offers opportunity, and we do that through our financial assistance program. And so that ensures that every single person, no matter the cost of their membership, the cost of the program, has the opportunity to be a part of the Y. And so we collect that through our annual campaign. The YMCA Virginia's Blue Ridge last year gave away over $500,000 in financial assistance to ensure that every single person had the opportunity to experience the Y and the great things that we do. I know for me, even as when 8.5 years ago, I was a part-time membership representative and had the opportunity to make those decisions and give back to our community in that way. We had a parent call and she was looking to do soccer for her kiddo. And when we got to the cost, that was something that she wasn't going to be able to do. And I was able to offer her on the spot the opportunity through our financial assistance program to make sure that her kid had soccer. So it really is a great program that we're able to offer in a way that we're able to serve the community. At Tanglewood specifically, you may have heard we're going to have 8 pickleball courts. They're going to be outdoor surface, though, but they're going to be indoor, so you can come and play when it's cold or when it's warm. And so we actually have our first pickleball tournament coming up in January, January mid-month, the 19th, and that'll go towards raising some money for our capital campaign. We're going to have a state-of-the-art wellness center, so all brand new equipment. We have a bunch of things coming in. We've done a lot of research and ways that things that we need to offer over there. We're going to have your group exercise classes, including hot yoga. I don't know if you've ever taken a hot yoga class. I have not, but I will be willing to dip my toe in over there. But it's a great way for us to build that community over there as group exercise. And then we'll have stay and play, and which is or called child watch. And that's where parents can drop their kids off for up to 2 hours as long as they're in the facility working out. And so it gives them the opportunity to go take a class or play some pickleball or work out in our wellness center. We'll have some coffee space as well. We'll have a nice coffee maker in there and some fun activities going on in there. Personal training. We'll offer camps for kids, a bunch of active older adults activities. We offer at the Y a Fit Start program, which is actually where one of our wellness staff would meet with you one-on-one and talk to you about the wellness center, maybe any goals that you have and your wellness journey. And so we want to make sure that everyone feels comfortable and confident in our wellness facility to keep them coming back. And we also have those opportunities for youth and kids as well. So the way that the Y can use your help, if you are interested in becoming a founding member of the YMCA, that includes a membership and a $100 monthly donation over the course of 5 years to join that Founders Club membership. You can volunteer at the Y. We're always hosting events and things where we can use some volunteers. And so we would love to see you at some of those events. You can also donate to our capital campaign or our annual campaign, whichever you feel led to. And then you can also, of course, just promote the Y and the great things that we do and the way that we're serving our community. Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys having me. Does anybody have any questions? Yes. We'll be open for hours. Our Monday through Thursday will be open at 5 a.m. and we'll close at 10. Fridays we'll close open at 5 and close at 9. Saturdays will be open from 7:30 to 6, and Sundays will open 1 to 6. Oh, okay. Yes. So the question was, what is hot yoga? And that is a good question. So our hot yoga studio will actually offer warm and hot settings. So our warm yoga sits at about 88 degrees and hot yoga is about 104. And so it's basically you take a yoga class, or we're actually going to offer a bar class, and it's just a really warm space. It really works. It's good for your lung health. It's good for breathing. And it's just it's a hot environment with about 50% humidity. So my hair will not do well in the 50% humidity, but that'll be all right. Any other questions? So the question was, what is the connection with the downtown YMCA? And so in our association, all 6 of the YMCAs in our area are one big membership. So if you are a member of the YMCA downtown here at the Kirk Family Y or the Gainsborough YMCA or Salem or Rockbridge or Botetourt, you can actually come and use the Tanglewood YMCA as well. Sure. So the first question was, will we have a track? No, we will not have a walking track, but we do have the mall, and that offers some great walking. And then as far as the next question was, what does our active older adults do? And so I get the opportunity to cook. We haven't quite nailed down the dates for those just yet. We also offer classes for that age group. So we have what we call a Forever Fit class, which is kind of a low impact class. We also offer chair yoga, those sorts of things. Yes. So the first question was, is our group exercise class posted yet? It should be posted by the end of the week, not just yet. And then as the next question was, how many hot yoga classes will we offer? We're going to offer quite a few. We're not totally sure, but we have a lot of really great instructors who are ready to do that. And so we'll have quite a few during the week. I don't have an exact number for you just yet. I'm sorry. Yes. Yes, so the question was, what part of the mall is this facility in? Upstairs on the left-hand side, near the side where TJ Maxx is and those sorts of things. If you walk in the Five Guys entrance, that's what I call it, the Five Guys entrance between Five Guys and Michael's, it'll be right there. So the question was, is there parking? There's just no specific parking, just over in that area. Any other questions? Wonderful. Thank you guys so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Well, that was really exciting. I'm not quite old enough for the silver sneakers yet, but I'll be thinking about it in a year or so. And I'm sure Amanda will stay after if anybody thinks of another question for her. You might be surprised to know that our speaker honorarium is going to go to the YMCA. And it's a great opportunity for all of us to get more active. Alec, just to answer your question, hot yoga is what happens in my living room in the mornings because I generate my own heat. All right. Next week is Thanksgiving, so we will not be meeting. Please don't show up for lunch. You're going to be very lonely if you do. And don't forget, we've got 2 meetings at the end of this meeting, the policy and the environment. And then on Friday, we've got our Thanksgiving lunch at the Adult Care Center. Thank you all for being here today. I hope you have an awesome Thanksgiving. Book club is December 4th. That's far out. We don't need to worry about that one just yet. I hope you have an awesome Thanksgiving and don't talk politics at the table. Have a great afternoon.